I have two support people.
Yeah. It has been an eventful past few days. I had two visits from two sisters the past 2 days. So I saw both of them, which was so nice. Molly came 2 days ago, stayed for a few hours, so good catching up and seeing her. And then Amber came yesterday. Amber's day was very eventful because I had a lot of bleeding, and so she got to see the whole show, the whole fanfare. I was like, Amber, I'm so glad that someone in the family besides us gets to experience what happens on almost a daily basis. Because she just got to see everything that goes down when that happens. I think the doctors think another part of my placenta um, pulled off, which is just so exciting. And so the pain when that happens is such a different pain than like a cramp or a contraction. It's just super strange. And I had it for about like a week and a half leading up to my water breaking, and I really didn't know what it was. And so then when my water broke, anytime a pain like that comes up, it's followed by a lot of bleeding. And so I always think it's the placenta now just because it just makes the most sense to me. Um, and so every time that happens, I'm just like, oh, it's gonna fall off a placenta. It's gonna just fall off. And when that happens, it's a placental abruption. And then you have like 20 minutes to get a blood transfusion or you'll die. And then Miracle would have to come out because my blood would mix, the placental blood would mix with hers, her fluid, and so then she would suffocate, and so it's a whole big thing. And so I got a bunch of labs done yesterday to check my clotting level because if like a big tear is happening, my clotting level and my blood will be down apparently because my body will try and like clot the blood coming out of the placenta or like the tear so it doesn't fall off. And so I was assured by the doctors this morning because they came in, they're like, how are you doing? And I was like, I just know my placenta's gonna fall off. And so I was assured by them that if that was happening, like if that was gonna happen like right now, my clotting levels would be way down because they'd be so busy fixing my placenta. And so they're like, it still might happen, but hopefully it's not going to happen today. I was like, thank you. For 23 weeks, trying to get to 24 weeks. In my head, 24 weeks sounded like such better odds to me. And like even 23 weeks, I was like, oh, maybe that 22 was like getting to the point where they would do something to try and help Mary Claire if she came out, but 70% of babies born at 22 weeks die once they're delivered. And so 23 weeks, there's not exact science on it, but it's like less than 70%. So we have better odds, but still not great odds. And so we were talking to the NICU doctor when we were down labor and delivery on Christmas. They were like, you really need to get to 28 weeks. And that's like so much better odds than anything in between. Every day matters, every hour matters, every moment matters. And if you can get to 28, her odds are just so much better than they are right now. And so we had a NICU doctor come in about 30 minutes ago, and she was so sweet and so lovely. And there hasn't been a single doctor or nurse or worker in this hospital that hasn't been the kindest, most wonderful human being. I have a whole new level of like respect, awe, and wonder for people that work in healthcare because like every day here is so hard and they're all just so kind and so sweet. So a NICU doctor just left about a half hour ago, and we're just talking about like the odds increasing from like 22 to 23 weeks. Like, you know, if she came out now, how much better would it be? Because we're just trying to like grasp on to any like good news or hope that we possibly can. And she was like, yeah, she's like, a lot of people until they get to about 25 weeks choose, you know, like comfort care for their baby when they come out before then, because the odds are just so low that they will survive and thrive. She's like, but I know you guys don't want to do that. And I just looked at her and I was like, how could we not do everything we possibly could to save her if she was born now. And it's like the thing we struggle with every day because it's your child. Like being in the hospital, this is so hard. I've been in the hospital almost a month now, and it's so hard being away from Margaret. It's so hard to be stuck and not able to leave. I just like stare at the front doors and I watch all these mothers leave with their beautiful healthy babies, and I'm like, I don't know if this will ever be me. And it just feels like if it is me, it's gonna be so long from now. But like, what is the other option? Because like, why wouldn't you do everything you possibly could to save your child? And so the NICU doctor was just like, it just seems so unlikely that you'll make it farther than 28 weeks, McKenna. But because you just bleed so much. I'm like, I know. But every day, every hour counts. My water broke so early that there's a risk that, you know, even if we make it to 28 to 30 weeks, that Mary Claire could come out and her lungs may not have developed at all past 20 weeks or not very much farther. And so we could make it to 30 or 34 weeks and she could come out and she still might just almost immediately die because her lungs never developed because there's just so little fluid for her since my water's broken. And so somehow there's just no way to know until she's born, which is just wildly frustrating. I feel like if women would have been allowed to like study medicine and be out in the world sooner, we would have like cures for this. Because I'm sure if it was Switch and men were the ones going through this, we would have had a solution. It's so hard. And we were talking to our nurse last night and she's like, so many women go through this. It's just not talked about very often. It's a taboo. So it's hard. I'm like 23 weeks and a day, or maybe 2 days now. And getting to 28 weeks means I'll be in the hospital just one more of what I've already done because I'm almost at a month. So I can make it one more month from now. Her odds are so much better. It's just hard when you bleed every day to think that you're not gonna go into active labor at any moment. On Christmas Eve, when I was just losing so much blood and they were like sticking me for IVs because they thought I was gonna need a transfusion, I just looked at Spencer and I was like, I can't give birth right now. She's too young, it's too soon. And like, it's hard.
Hi, they're gonna take me down to labor and delivery if I don't stop bleeding. So because you were gonna take me now, and I was like, don't take me down, don't take me down. It'll be 30 minutes because I've bled through 3 pads in the last 15 minutes. So can you just pray that I stop bleeding?
Yes. Heavenly Father, we do pray. I'm going to reach out to everybody to pray for your will to be done, to be protecting Mary Claire, for McKenna to stop bleeding, and to heal her body in a way that only you can do. So we lift McKenna up to you now, and Spencer and Margie and all of them, that they rest and knowing that you have them in your care.
I'm back in labor and delivery. I refused to go the first 2 times. They tried to take me and I was like, I'm not going into labor, don't take me. I'm not going into labor, don't take me. But here I am. I don't know what's been going on. Who is it?
blood pressure's all low, but not bad.
Mine or hers?
Yours.
Mine.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Okay. Either way, I feel fine. Lost about 100 cc's of blood, they said. Who really knows how much that is? But I feel fine. I did not get to eat my dinner, but I did eat a cookie before I came in preparation, because last time I was here, I didn't eat for 30 hours, and I hated that. So, here we are in labor and delivery. I told the nurse, I was like, I'm not spending the night here. I'm going back. As long as, like, just keep me here for a few hours, but everything looks good. Let me stay the night, please. So, it's what, 8:30 now. I got here at about 8.
Just like last time.
Yeah, just like last time. I started bleeding at about 4.
6 days ago.
Yeah, 6 days. I was sure I wasn't gonna come back here that fast. Mary Claire likes to be disruptive on holidays.
Yeah, holidays.
She goes, I am the biggest holiday guys. It's not the holiday, it's me. But she did flip herself, which is miraculous because most babies can't flip with this little fluid. So I'm so proud of her. Good job, MC. So if all goes well, she stays head down, I won't need a C-section. And I would just love not to be cut open. I'm a good little pusher. So here we are in labor and delivery. We don't have an epidural this time. We don't have to do magnesium again. I feel really good. But didn't think we'd be back so soon. Always an adventure.
I love you.
Happy New Year's Eve from the hospital. It was a hard night. They kept me down in labor and delivery till about 5 a.m. and they brought me back up here. And so I fell asleep about 7, and now it's about 11:15. And I just woke up. I woke up to check the baby's heartbeat, and it kind of went back up high, and so they're gonna put me back on the bands here. So exciting, but at least I don't have to go back to labor and delivery. Not right now. A lot of blood last night, a few pains, mostly blood, and Mary Claire's heartbeat kept going into the 170s, and then it would just dip down into the 130s or the 120s. And so it's not my favorite thing. It wasn't the doctor's favorite thing. I think her heartbeat scared me more than anything because I feel like I've bled so much all the time. So not my favorite thing ever, my favorite night ever. Mary Claire likes to cause happy chaos on holidays. It wasn't happy chaos, it was horrible chaos. But at least I didn't get magnesium again because I've already had it. It didn't have me get an epidural, and so I feel a lot better this time coming out of labor and delivery than last time. But not a great night. Spencer is off at this blood place near the hospital. It's pretty close. Donating blood for Mary Claire. She is at high risk for a transfusion. I am too, but you can't donate to your spouse. And so you can donate to your children though. And so Spencer is a universal donor. And so he's off donating blood that the hospital will have on standby for Mary Claire in case she needs a blood transfusion when she comes out. So sweet. So hopefully it's going to be a good New Year's Eve. Hopefully they don't freak out when they put me on the monitors. Hopefully Mary Claire's heart just stays nice and normal. And hopefully no babies are delivered today. No New Year's Eve babies. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. We're spending it in the hospital. We spent Christmas. Usually we go out to eat to a nice restaurant and do our New Year's together, but not tonight.
But we did get our New Year's resolution journal, which we're going to be filling out. We're going to read the last 3 years of goals that we've written together and our reflections on the year. And then we're going to write this year's goals and the reflections on 2024, which was a very, very eventful year.
I love 2024.
Yes.
It was a good year.
It's been an interesting ending.
Yeah. Not the ending we thought we were going to have. But good year.
But still good.
I love you.
I love you.
And we're going to eat pizza while we do it. So it's a real win.
It's a real win. Our family back home is doing their first ever New Year's Eve party And so all 15 of our relatives are throwing a bash with over 100 people, a lot of people that we invited.
Yes.
But we're unfortunately not able to join them. But little Margaret is.
Yes.
And we're watching the Penn State football game.
Yeah, we get Penn State. But there ain't no party like a Fulmar party.
That's right.
So it's going to be a good night for everyone.
It's going to be a great 2025.
It really is.